Good morning, yogis. Today we have a 20-minute kind of easy stretch for you to get going with your day. This is going to be really helpful if you're going to be spending a lot of time seated at your desk or maybe driving for a long period of time. We're going to begin in a laying position. So find your way down onto your back. You're going to bend your knees. Connecting your feet, just start to walk them out a little bit wider so your knees can fall in together. Arms will position out to your sides. Take a moment to snuggle your shoulder blades down, bringing some extra length to your neck. You can soften your gaze or fully close your eyes here, connecting in with the movement of your breath. Just noticing how your breath feels. If you're meeting any restriction, you can try to smooth it out. And start to stretch your breath out now. Inhale and exhale, about the same length, but they're starting to elongate. Keep breathing deeply. Allow both of your legs to lower down towards the right side. And then pick them up, pass them over to the left. Let's see if you can slow the pace down, probably about half speed of what you're doing right now. And next time your legs move over to the right, allow them to settle in. Draw your lower abdomen in and up. Stretch your arms overhead, bringing a bit more length to the sides of your waist. And then allow the upper body to sink back down as you pass your legs over to the left. Settle the lower part of your body. Bring that lift to the lower abdomen. We'll stretch the arms overhead. Almost feels like I'm just getting out of bed stretch. Maybe you did and just kind of rolled onto the floor and are stretching here. And then release the upper body and take your knees back to face the ceiling. Take your feet back in so they're hip width apart. And hip width is going to be the outer edges of your feet are just as wide as your hips. And then notice where your toes are pointing. We want the toes to be pointing forward. So we're building good alignment and structure within our body. Arms come down to your sides. Connect your palms. You're going to lift your hips up now towards the ceiling, really anchoring your feet and your hands down. And then begin to lower your hips, again, about half speed of what you might normally do, full control. And then we're going to lift back up, press your hips towards the ceiling, and then lower back down. Again, hips rise. We're going to hold at the top here. Roll your inner thighs down towards the floor. See if you can take your hips a smidge higher. And then start to lower all the way back down. Come up into a seated position. Find a comfortable cross leg. And we're going to twist. So you're going to bring your left hand across, take your right behind you, anchor down through your hips. Find your breath again, allow it to maintain that sense of depth. Inhale, think of drawing the back of your rib cage up. And as you exhale, actively working your twist. And we'll unwind. You're going to take your right hand across, bring your left hand behind, twisting in the opposite direction. Being gentle and generous with your morning body. We're always a bit tighter when we first wake up. And we'll untwist. You're going to come through a tabletop position and then step your legs back, find a high plank, and you're going to go ahead and lower right down onto the front side of your body. Untuck your toes, connect your forearms, and lift your chest. So the elbows are going to be either under your shoulders or just slightly forward. And then think of pulling your chest through your arms. Allow some movement to come with your head as you stretch out your neck. Enjoy a bit of time opening up through the front of your throat. We spend a lot of the day looking down. And see what it feels like to jut your chin forward. Of course, it's going to make a funny face, but it brings that extra stretch and it actually feels really good. You could pretend that you're having an underbite. Good. Release your body down. You're going to bring your hands a little farther back. So they're about under the shoulders. And you're going to power up your legs. So the tops of your feet press down. Most likely it's going to feel like your kneecaps are lifting. And then press your hands down, lift your chest. The elbows are still bent here. And as you lower down, think of pulling your chest forward. And then once you fully reconnect, just press back up. Draw your shoulders back, slowly lower down. And then we're going to do that 2 more times. Press up. Puff your chest, lower down. And then 1 more time, lifting all the way up. And then we'll slowly lower down. And press back through a tabletop now. Lift your hips up, find downward facing dog, and bring a very generous bend to your knees. Begin to pedal your feet up and down, warming into the back of your legs. Start to diminish the movement in your legs. Keep that nice bend into your knees and really press your hips back, distributing some of the weight to your legs. It moves out of your hands and your wrists. Walk your feet forward now, coming to the top of your mat. Take a half lift, placing your hands on your shins. Draw the crown of your head away from your tailbone. Nice soft knees. Let's fold our upper body down. Tuck the chin at the bottom. Hands are going to move to opposite elbows. Bring a gentle sway into the upper part of your body. Ragdolling here, side to side. Come back to center. Release your arms. Sink your hips and start to roll up into a standing position. You're going to circle your arms wide and overhead. Lift your ribs and reach. Then you're going to stay with the arms up, and your right hand is going to take a hold of your left wrist. You're going to lean to the right side, creating this nice big stretch. And reach back up, switch your grip, and lean over to the left. Okay, come back up, lower your arms down to your sides, and then we're going to do some really slow sun salutation A's. And these are meant to energize your body and kind of wake you up first thing in the morning. Breathing in, lift your arms wide and high. And then fold on your exhale down towards your legs. Take a half lift as you breathe in. And then connect your hands, step back into your plank position as you breathe out. One breath in here. And on your exhale, you're going to bend your elbows. You're going to lower all the way down. Untuck your toes. Breathe in. Find that nice lift to your chest like you did. You can have a bend in the elbows here. And then exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale. Come on up through your tabletop. And exhale, moving in, downward facing dog. Soften your knees, really press your hips back. Staying for just one more full breath. Step your feet forward to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift. And fold, exhale. Inhale, let's stand up, reach our arms overhead. And then stay standing, exhale, lower your arms down. One more time. Breathe in, reach your arms overhead. Fold as you breathe out. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, let's step back into that plank. One breath in here. As you exhale, bend your elbows, lower all the way down, untuck your toes. Inhale, lift your chest, find cobra. Good, exhale, lower down. Inhale, come up through to tabletop. And exhale, downward facing dog. Listen to your breath. Press from your shoulder blades. Feel your arms get longer. Walk your feet forward to the top of your mat. Take that half lift as you inhale. And fold as you exhale. Inhale, stand up, reach your arms overhead, lift. Then you're going to stay standing, exhale, lower your arms. Take a large step back with either foot, doesn't really matter, but you're going to turn all 10 toes to the long side of your mat. Take your arms out wide, turn the palms down. Take your right toes to face the short side of your mat again, and then you're going to bend into your knee and sink your hips. We enter warrior two. Nice strong legs. See if you can bring a bit more length to your spine as you pull your rib cage up from your hips. Straighten into this right leg. Turn those toes to the long side of your mat and the left toes to the back. Let's bend our knee, settle in. Some things to be mindful here when you're in your warrior two. You don't want to be awkwardly reaching forward, but see if you can just keep your ribs stacked over your hips. It's all good structure and alignment here within the body. Makes the poses a little more achievable. All right, straighten this left leg, turn those toes back to the long side of the mat, and you're gonna bring the right toes back to the short. Bend into your knees, sink your hip. The right forearm comes down to the thigh, and you're gonna circle this back arm forward and around. So the bicep ends up by the ear, the palm is facing the floor. Try not to collapse here into this bottom arm, but press your forearm away. If you want to amp it up a little bit, you could see what it would be like to lift that bottom arm up. Good, let's all move back to that warrior two. Straighten the leg, turn the toes to the long side and the left toes back. Bend the knee, settle in. Take your left forearm down to your thigh, circle that other arm overhead. We're getting this nice long line from the blade of the back foot, up the leg, side body, and arm. Again, if you're looking for that sense of amping it up this morning, you can take that bottom arm up. Don't lose the press power of both feet here. Good, rise up. Let's all move into our warrior two. Straighten that front leg, turning the left toes to the long side. Bend at your hips, place your hands under your shoulders. Take a breath in, think of that half lift, and on your exhale, begin to walk your hands back as you possibly bend your elbows and fold. Don't let all the weight sink into your heels. Distribute it evenly through your feet. Hands walk back under the shoulders. Big breath in for a half lift. And then stay for your exhale. Toning your abdominal wall. Let's rise all the way up to stand. And then release. You're going to step forward back to the top of your mat. This is going to end our morning wake up class. I hope that you enjoyed the opportunity to kind of wake your body and take a little bit of a movement break before you head into your day.